Jeanne Liedtka, Designing for Growth, a Design Thinking Toolkit for Managers, Columbia Business School Publishing. In the book Designing for Growth, a Design Thinking Toolkit for Managers, Jeanne Liedtka talks about the importance of organizational design as a crucial skill for business leaders. The book emphasizes the significance of a well-planned business framework to enable employees to be productive and adaptive. It covers the concepts of the STAR model, which consists of strategy, structure, processes, and lateral capability, reward systems, and people practices. The goal is to create a reconfigurable organization that responds and adapts to change, driven by active leadership, knowledge management, learning, flexibility, and employee commitment.
A blueprint for business leaders. Business leaders need to master organization design, a crucial but often overlooked aspect of changing a company. This involves envisioning the right strategy, hiring the right team, and creating a corporate structure that allows employees to operate efficiently. Neglecting your organizational framework can be an impediment to growth, as a third of CEOs surveyed have discovered. Your business's success depends on its structure, processes, metrics, reward systems, and people practices. An agile and effective organization design fosters collective effort among individuals and yields more significant results. Leaders must prioritize organization design to contribute to the success of their company effectively. The principles of organization design apply to all entities, from large multinationals to small businesses and departments. Successful organizational change using the STAR model. Successful organizational change requires an understanding of the 5 critical concerns at the heart of the STAR model. These 5 interconnected components include strategy, structure, processes and lateral capability, reward systems, and people practices. Additionally, a reconfigurable organization is key to adapting quickly to change, and encompasses active leadership, knowledge management, learning, flexibility, integration, employee commitment, and change readiness. When creating an organizational redesign, firms must identify the design framework, design the organization, develop the details, and implement the new design to execute their vision. Ultimately, the STAR model ensures a community of collective effort, exploiting all of the firm's talent, and transforming individual efforts into something greater. Form follows function. When designing an organizational structure to achieve your goals, remember that it should align with your strategies and tactics. Utilize consultants to gather data and identify necessary changes. It's important to recognize your limitations, but innovative thinking can help overcome them. Designing an organizational structure. Creating a robust and responsive firm. The organizational structure of a company determines how it operates, the roles of its employees, and the lines of authority that guide decision-making. It is crucial to define the duties and interrelations of organizational roles to ensure that the firm's value proposition aligns with its chosen structure. Companies must also choose from 5 structural concepts, depending on their specific requirements: single-line, function, proximity-based, geography, market-centric, product, relationship-based, customers, and operational, front-back hybrid. The structural concept must be in line with the company's desired outcome, avoiding creating power imbalances. Companies must determine the required number of management layers explicitly and assign the roles, so work flows seamlessly and executives participate in mapping the structure to ensure coordination and designing robustness. Governance roles must be assigned to sponsors, steering committee members, and working group representatives who will participate in restructuring alongside their regular duties. Creating responsive and adaptive organizations that withstand external environmental changes is a goal that excites managers, and the organizational structure is the foundation to achieving it. Building an effective organizational structure. Building an effective organizational structure requires a focus on setting up the necessary support apparatus that connects different functions vertically. Rather than immediately implementing a structure, it's important to consider how information, data, relationships, and networks flow through the white spaces of the organization chart. Lateral capabilities are crucial for larger corporations, and fostering networks through proximity, joint learning, and revolving short-term jobs can help build these capabilities. Encouraging staffers to contribute by providing multiple views of the firm and creating various team configurations can also aid in building an effective organizational structure. Effective employee reward systems. Any organization should have effective employee reward systems that are aligned with company goals and strategies. These reward systems should incentivize behaviors that the managers want to encourage and motivate the entire workforce to work together towards achieving the company's objectives. Individual and group performances can be analyzed using reward metrics to evaluate the effectiveness of the company's strategy. It is important to evaluate overall employee capacities, not just their job-specific skills, to deploy specific expertise where needed. Setting a menu of goals can expand an individual's job responsibilities to include departmental, divisional, or corporate objectives. However, the management team must understand how incentives impel behavior to avoid provoking unintended consequences. Companies' reward methods express their cultural values, and it's essential to be aware of how different rewards affect workers' behaviors. Salaries and variable compensation can be used to recognize specific achievements and show how much the company values its employees in the long term. Ongoing tokens of appreciation, such as gift cards, can acknowledge their intrinsic motivation. Overall, an effective reward system attracts, retains, and motivates employees to achieve the company's goals. HR choices for business success. To ensure success for your business, it's critical to make wise HR choices. Designate lead executives and quickly name staff to allay concerns. Stretch team members' abilities and pair less experienced staff with an experienced manager. Conduct assessments to identify skills and learning aptitudes. Make the placement process transparent, adapt performance feedback methods, and provide opportunities for advancement. Education is the new currency in employee relations for reconfigurable organizations to succeed. Smooth transition. How to transition smoothly when implementing new organizational structures. Designing a new organizational structure is only half the battle. How you transition to it is just as important. To ensure the changes are implemented in the right order, allocate a systematic transition period of weeks or even months. Consider a pilot program for a testing and learning experience within a specific unit or group. Keeping communication lines open is crucial to track progress, address skepticism, and guide the integration process. Schedule meetings to allow people to strengthen relationships within the new company structure. With these steps, transitioning to a new organizational system can be smooth and successful.
Wrapping up the summary of A Designing for Growth, it is evident how essential it is for a business leader to implement strong organizational design that enables the employees to function productively and adaptively. Remember to utilize the STAR model to ensure proper strategy, structure, processes, rewards, and people practices, and focus on creating a reconfigurable organization that embraces change and fosters employee growth. By taking time to understand and implement an effective organizational design, leaders can enjoy a more agile, collaborative, and successful business environment.